Hello, is the Sinister Gambino here with a new stream. And in this stream, I'm going to be going over the event week for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. So starting off with the title, there's a $1 million reward. And you earn it by doing 10 daily objectives. I cannot fit that in the title, so just know that you have to do 10 daily objectives in order to get the $1 million reward. I didn't put gift for a reason, because you do have to earn it. I just cannot fit how to earn it in the title without shortening the title for the typical part I put in the stream. So yeah, I do have to do 10 daily objectives for that. So it's not just something you earn. So hopefully I make that very clear. Plus it's on the newswire already, so does that. And then 3 times money RP on free mode events and hunting pack, which is adversary mode. And 2 times money RP on mobile operations, and then the stockpile adversary mode as well. And more. And I think at the bottom is the message spectator that I read off, of course. So podium vehicle for the week, by the way, is the half track. I would say it's one of the best podium vehicles that they've put on display so far. Basically any podium vehicle with weapons is great candidacy, I would say, for a podium vehicle. I feel they're definitely some of the best. Especially for a vehicle as niche as the half track, I would say. Since it's not necessarily a very good weaponized vehicle, but it has some good uses that other vehicles don't have still, which is quite nice. So hopefully it gets more people into the half track. I'll discuss it some more, of course, when I get to the casino to show off the podium vehicle. That is indeed the half track. So obviously you can simply go on the newswire, or of course it's already on the casino, since I am about a couple days late with this event week stream. Just like the last one. Reason being, as I explained, my fucking PS Plus ran out, so I had to get that shit yesterday. So yeah, I just got my PS Plus yesterday, I'm pretty sure it was. Or not yesterday, but like Thursday. Which hasn't been 2 days ago yet. At the time I did that. Of course, my fucking college semester has to end, of course. Thank God. And then fucking no PS Plus gets thrown at me, of course, barely after that shit. Basically, I get everything at once for whatever fucking reason. So yeah, like I mentioned, podium vehicle is half track. And after I spin the wheel for it, even though I don't want the vehicle, I do my spin, my typical spin for every event week stream. After I spin for it, I'll go over some details with it. So hopefully I don't get the vehicle. Thank God. Because I already have one. Otherwise, I'll be glad to get the vehicle, obviously. And there's a little sneak peek at a few of the discounts, by the way, which you would already know from the newswire probably. But yeah, by getting the half track, if you have it on a trade price, you'll be saving about 1.7 million. In fact, if there is a livery on it, you'll save a little over 1.7 million. So definitely some pretty nice savings there, if whether you have it as a trade price or not. If you don't have the trade price, it's probably going to be more like low to mid 2.5 mil range that you'll be saving, from what I would know. So whether you have a trade price or not, you'll be getting quite the good savings, I would say, personally. But the half track, honestly, I would say it's one of the more niche weaponized vehicles in the game, to be honest. Meaning, like, it has very little use. But still, I would say it has more potential than a vehicle that you're just gonna get for customization, personal preference, and for racing if it's good, most likely. Still has more use than a typical vehicle, I would say. Like a supercar, more so. I mean, that's not competitive, especially. But yeah, this vehicle has quite the explosive resistance, I would definitely imagine. For sure, I would say at least a few explosives it would take, no problem. But yeah, the bad thing about this vehicle, of course, is it's a pretty slow vehicle, which is part of the reason why it's pretty niche, I would say, because of how terrible its speed is. It's not even going to be necessarily that good for VIP works. Like Headhunter, this thing's going to be a slow pain in the ass. So it's not necessarily going to be the best case scenario for something like Headhunter or VIP work, even for like $20,000 to $25,000 every time you do it. So this vehicle, it's probably going to be really hard to get your money back if you get it like without the podium vehicle, of course. But yeah, this thing also has a couple weapon modifications on it. I would imagine this will be the stock gun here. And I believe the max upgrade you can get is like a quad cannon, which I believe that one gives you some more protection and whatnot, and also has 4 guns over 2. I'll assume accuracy and stuff like that. And maybe you can zoom in more as well. Stuff like that. And there might also be a gun that increases like rate of fire or something like that. Unless quad cannon also has increased rate of fire, which I wouldn't know. But either way, there's some weapon upgrades on it if you don't like the stock cannon, of course, which most likely you would definitely want to upgrade that. And there's like free armor options for like the windows. I'm very positive on that. I believe the maximum, I'm pretty sure I'm very positive that the maximum window option, the armor upgrade free or whatever. Like, yeah, while you can't shoot any weapons, I would imagine, in the front and passenger seats, only in the gunner seat here, of course. If you get that, you're not going to be able to shoot weapons, but I believe you become completely invincible from bullets from the front windows if you get the maximum armor option for the windows. So do keep that in mind. If you get the maximum option, you should be able to like be invincible from the front windows. So you'll have to get shot from the side windows, and I doubt there's any back windows. So if you get the maximum armor option, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be very hard to get shot out of the vehicle. That would kind of include for like actual players and NPCs. Might not apply as much for NPCs, of course, and some of them have some godsend ass aim and whatnot. But yeah, if you get the maximum one, you'll be able to be pretty much invincible from the front windows. I'm pretty sure even full metal jacket rounds don't work on the front windows if you get the maximum option either. Which is kind of odd, being introduced in the same update as the full metal jacket rounds. They wouldn't destroy the armor in the front windows on the maximum armor. So yeah, in that regard, it makes it pretty good for certain heist setups, I would say. So this could be very good for heist setups, and yes, you can use this vehicle on heists actually, so it can be quite the useful heist vehicle in certain setups for sure, but aside for that, its uses I feel are quite niche. So yeah, mainly it's just useful for certain heist setups, but still, if you win this vehicle, it's, I would say, pretty good. And also, you will need like a mobile operations center, an Avenger, or like a weaponized vehicle workshop, I think is like the third option for like the arena workshop. The third one I mentioned probably being the cheapest way to get something to customize it if you do not have something to customize it. And this is hella paywalled with like research as well, unless you like just let your supplies get your research done. That's a very slow and tedious process. So yeah, there was a lot to delve into there with the half track to explain how it's good and whatnot. Mainly it's just because you can't really shoot the front windows even with full metal jacket rounds, as I've explained before. Besides for that, I would say the vehicle is honestly kind of trash with slow speed, and aside for certain heist setups, it's not really going to be that useful. But again, hopefully that explains pretty much everything with the weapon. Obviously, I'm not going to go in every little detail unless I do like a vehicle review and guide on it in the future. But yeah, it's basically the need-to-know basis for it, I would say. And what makes it remotely worth it. The premium race for the week. One of like 3 of the premium races probably, because I think they do premium races 3 times a week, is Downtown Underground for the Superclass. Top few options for the Superclass for lap time at least is the Trojan Emirates. I'm going from greatest to least, by the way. So best raceable option would be Trojan Emirates, followed by the, what's that one called? The Benefactor Krieger would be next, yeah. Trojan Emirates and Benefactor Krieger, I would say. Then SADRR, and then I'm pretty sure the Debachi Wagner is still like the 4th best one. Even though it's been relatively outclassed as of like the previous DLC compared to where it once was. So yeah, those are probably the best few options, at least for a lap time. And top speed, I believe, would be similar, but I think for a fact that the Emirates and Krieger, I believe, still have a lot of places for top speed. So do keep that in mind. But still, if you use any of those 4, I would imagine you should be pretty good to go. Regular time trial. Alright, regular time trial here is Route 68. Which I believe mainly takes place on this highway. I think it goes like this way or something. So there's kind of a lot of straightaway at the beginning, but then from there it's a good bit of cornering. So lap time and top speed, if you focus on one of those, could definitely be one of the best options. For the top few supercars, I already gave the best few options. Of course, there's things like the Pariah and whatnot for the sports class, but I mainly focus on motorcycles and supercars when I talk about good vehicles for time trials, since those are basically the top 2 vehicle classes they use, I would imagine. And motorcycles. For motorcycles from greatest to least, where they place and stuff, I would say the Shotaro is definitely the #1 place to go. Keep in mind you can no longer use rocket-boosted vehicles as of the previous DLC where they increased the payout on time trials. So yeah, Shotaro, it corners very well, and it also has the best lap time and top speed. I'm very positive in the motorcycle class. By the way, I'm going off of memory, so I'll refer to Bruffy 1322 for the placements on motorcycles and supercars, but I'm pretty sure I'm very close with what I'm saying. But yeah, Shotaro corners very well. And with that vehicle, you can lean forward or backward with the stick to get the speed boost with the vehicle. Since doing that will let it go at its best speed possible, and I think it's the only motorcycle that works like that. Right under that would be the Hawkchow Drag if you don't want to spend like 2.2 to 2.3 mil. That one's like a little under $1 million, I think. But yeah, Hawkchow Drag. It doesn't corner nearly as good for sure as the Shotaro. But I feel it might have some advantages for top speed over the Shotaro, I'm not entirely sure. But by the way, with the Hawkchow Drag, with it being a drag motorcycle, it can't really wheelie. So you have to lean forward with the stick for the best speed possible in the Hawkchow Drag, which is one of two motorcycles that work like that. Other one I'm pretty sure is the Nightblade, which I don't think is really competitive at all. I'm just doing that for the sakes of mentioning that fact. And then third and fourth place, if you want to spend like 10,000 on a motorcycle, stock and upgrades, of course, not including upgrades. There's still a couple pretty affordable options for third and fourth place. I'm pretty sure that's the Body 801 and Akuma. And those ones you have to lean backward with the stick, as in you're going to need to do a wheelie. But yeah, obviously if you're good enough at like dodging vehicles, of course, it's probably best to use a supercar. If you want something that's not as spacious, then I would go a motorcycle. But either way, I would probably stick to motorcycles and supercars, as with pretty much any regular time trial. And RC Bandito time trial, I'm pretty sure it's back to the beginning, and it is. It's construction site 1. So obviously this one requires RC Bandito, that's the only vehicle option. And I had a time trial guide on that particular time trial along with the next 3. I haven't worked on the series in a while, so I don't know if I'll get through time trials 5 and through 10 for the RC Bandito time trials. But still, I do have a RC Bandito time trial guide on this. And for a more popular YouTuber, for example, I would imagine GTA Men would have a time trial guide. Since I personally don't think I'm the best at wording that kind of stuff, for like tips on a time trial, particularly. But yeah, I do have a guide on it regardless, though. But yeah, I'll be talking about money opportunities right now. So for money opportunities, of course, I think pretty much all of them, if not all of them, are on the screen right now with the method spectator. But there's 3 times money in RP free mode events. Now these are kind of niche, I would say, for making money. Some of them are really good, while others aren't. In fact, I'd say most of the free mode events are pretty bad normally, so of course in triple money it's definitely quite better. Like with triple money on that stuff, the typical payout on free mode events right now might be like 20,000-ish, which is kind of comparable to like a VIP work for some of them. Like obviously ones like doing a wheelie on a motorcycle and whatnot, for example. Ones like those aren't going to pay that well, even with triple money, realistically, since they're very simple. But once I come to Beast and Criminal Damage, those are going to be the ones you're going to want to focus on. Hunt the Beast, sadly, only one person can be a Beast, and then the other people have to hunt and take down the Beast. Whoever does that will get a good sum of money, especially on triple money, but on normal money, that's actually a decent-ish sum of money, I would say. However, the one you'll especially want to focus on, I would say, for the event week is Criminal Damage, which I believe you get like 5 minutes to destroy as much property as possible. And there's a very good strategy for Criminal Damage. In fact, I believe the exact amount of money you can make on triple money, I believe it's $105,000. So every time you see Criminal Damage, you should do it if you have the resources, for sure. because that could be $105,000 every time if you win. And it can be pretty easy to win if you just know a simple strategy, which I'll be going into right now. So the strategy with criminal damage, I would say just simply go to Fort Zancudo. And this is even if you don't have a hanger. If you do have a hanger, it might be like better off of a strategy, but obviously you can go somewhere else where like air vehicles spawn, like the Sandy Shores airstrip. Places like that are typically going to be the best way to go about criminal damage, since there's going to be a bunch of really expensive vehicles. But yeah, basically, when you go to Fort Zancudo or airstrip, just basically destroy every single aircraft you see. Now for something like this, I would recommend something like the Laser, Hydra, or Savage, something with one to couple vehicles of like the really good, like pilot-controlled explosive cannons, since those are obviously going to have the easiest time to destroy the vehicles. I would especially recommend the Laser and Hydra, because obviously it will give you more time to destroy stuff, since you can go places faster. I'd probably especially recommend the Hydra personally, because it has a VTOL, so it can have helicopter and jet controls. Yeah, basically just blow up everything on sight. And the reason you don't need a hangar to go to Fort Zancudo either is because there's no wanted levels inactive. There's no active wanted levels at all for criminal damage as long as you're participating in the event, I'm pretty sure. Like if that's going on and you're doing like a VIP work or something, then yeah, you'll probably still get a wanted level. But yeah, if you're just focused on criminal damage and actively participating on it, you won't get a wanted level. So even if you don't have a hanger, you should easily be able to take advantage of the strategy I mentioned for basically every air vehicle in Fort Zancudo. And obviously you want to keep going around it and let the like P996 lasers respond and stuff. Because every single one you destroy, I think it's like $700,000, $800,000, so it will all add up really quickly. And in addition to that, you can use your CO menu, obviously, to spawn like a Buzzard or a Havoc or another like good priced vehicle, and blow those up like every 2 minutes or whatever. It's definitely a really easy strategy. And also, I'm not sure if you can get in and out of the CO menu to get rid of the cooldown. I don't think that's a thing. But regardless, my strategy personally for criminal damage, which gets me to win pretty much like 90-95% of the time, I would say, is, like I said, go for Zancudo, destroy every air vehicle, and when they respawn, destroy them again, and spawn a CO vehicle every couple minutes at the wall to add to that total even more. And you can easily get into the millions and even 10 millions for damage, I would say. And pretty much 90 or 95% of the time, you're probably going to win unless someone else is doing that strategy. So yeah, it's definitely my number one strategy, I would say, for remote events, triple money, is mainly just focused on criminal damage. There's other good ones, of course, like Hunt the Beast, and I would say like the checkpoint ones, where you get a certain amount of money for collecting checkpoints, and if all checkpoints are collected, there's bonus money as well. Yeah, sadly that one involves like multiple participants, kind of like Hunt the Beast as well. But even if no one participates, criminal damage is a great option, and I would say it's the best option from any remote event possible. But yeah, going into a couple of the adversary modes really quickly. Probably went the other way than I should, but I'll get there eventually. Well, since I'm here, I might as well go stockpile. So stockpile, just like most adversary modes, there's 7 maps, obviously. The only difference being is the location, surely, and also the vehicles used as well in this case. So yeah, obviously, if you're good with a certain vehicle, you might want to go on a very specific map, of course. Yeah, it's basically a dogfighting kind of mode. But between the two adversary mode, double money up. But between the money opportunities on the two adversary modes, this one's the double money opportunity. So already off the bat, because there's a triple money adversary mode, I would say it's highly not worth playing stockpile this event week. In fact, I would say it's probably the worst money opportunity for this event week, for this particular event week for sure. Yeah, basically, if you're good at a certain vehicle, I just recommend seeing on that particular map. And once I get the H, the other one will appear. But yeah, the way it was worded on the newswire was Hunting Pack, but apparently it's both Hunting Pack and Hunting Pack Remix that are on triple money, which is nice. So actually there's technically 3 adversary mode things going on right now. So the Remix one, those adversary modes came out during like the After Hours DLC, and the Remix makes sense considering that nightclubs and whatnot relate to like music and stuff. So yeah, Hunting Pack Remix is essentially a remixed version of regular Hunting Pack, which I believe was one of the first adversary modes in the game actually. Not entirely sure. But yeah, basically you have to take a vehicle all the way over to the end of like the map or whatever, and if it's below minimum speed for too long, a bomb will go off. So essentially, in a sense, it's kind of like the velocity VIP work, where that one, of course, you have to stay a certain speed, and if you're not for a certain amount of time, the vehicle will explode, and you have to make sure it doesn't explode for 10 minutes or whatever, you get full pay. It's kind of like that. If you play a lot of that not adversary mode, but a lot of that VIP work, you should know how this one works well. But yeah, the Remix one is basically on like stunt tracks and whatnot, and like I mentioned, they were introduced to like the nightclub DLC, so it has a lot more like recent vehicles compared to the original Hunting Pack. And I also think you can actually get the trade price with the Slam Van by doing Hunting Pack Remix, I think. But yeah, there's one team, of course, that has the goal of stopping the vehicle, whereas the other team, like, I think there's 3 teams, of course. One team, like, there's one person that drives the vehicle that's intermixed with one of the other teams. One team obviously tries to stop that vehicle, and the other team, like, tries to stop the vehicles, trying to stop the vehicle. But yeah, I believe if you win a match of Hunting Pack Remix, you do unlock the trade price, by the way, for the Scramjet, which I believe is a discount this week, so do keep that in mind. So if you haven't unlocked the trade price for Hunting Pack Remix, you might want to play that mode till you win a match, so that you can get the trade price for the Scramjet and save a tiny bit more money on that vehicle. But speaking of the Scramjet, of course, I'll go into more details of it. There's one I did not get to go in details with yet, because it's also not on the pause menu, just like remote events, and that's 2 times money RP mobile operations. So mobile operations. So that's how you get the trade prices for the gun running vehicles, of course. That includes like the half track, the original oppressor, which I'm on. Vehicles like that from the gun running update, I believe like 2 of them that aren't included are like Night Shark and Ardent, but I think that was because those were drip feed vehicles, so I don't think they have trade prices associated with them. But yeah. Mobile operations, if you haven't done them before, they're the missions you do in the mobile operations center. So you do need a mobile operations center, obviously you take advantage of those, or obviously if you get invited with other people, then you participate with those people in that way. So in that way you wouldn't need a mobile operations center, I'm pretty sure, if you join somebody's. If you want to host them, you need a mobile operations center, because that's the only way to start up mobile operations. And yeah, if you haven't done them a single time, do them, because that's an easy way to get the trade prices for the gun running vehicles. So if you don't really care to make double money on those, I would just simply recommend doing them for trade prices if you haven't, because you might as well do it now while there's a money opportunity. But yeah, I think it also kind of depends on the mobile operation you play. I'm not entirely sure which ones would give the best money, but ones that would probably come to mind would probably be the like APC one and like DNFAV, those two, from what I recall, are some of the longer mobile operations. So I would assume those ones would pay more. But yeah, mobile operations require you to go in a number of lobby, of course, just like the adversary modes. Remote events are the only thing you can do for money opportunities this week in order to stay in a remote lobby, sadly. But yeah, sadly this event week doesn't have ones that intermix very well together. You can basically only focus on one opportunity at a time, so you either have to do remote events or hunting pack, or mobile operations or stockpile. There's no really intermixing them because 3 of them require their own lobby. And remote events, yeah, those don't happen passively. You don't get income from them passively, obviously. Well, that one it kind of depends on the like mode, of course, but the ones that pay really good mainly require you to be very focused on them, I would say. Also for free mode events, if you want the best chance at winning free mode events, try to stick in like a lobby that's like 6 to 7 players. I'm pretty sure that's the minimum for starting free mode events. So if you're in a lobby with like 1 to 5 players, you're not going to get free mode events. You have to at least have 6. And it might have to be 6 active players on the map, so if that includes people in like properties and stuff, you might need a little tiny bit more players in a lobby. So that's the minimum you're going to want to go for the least competition possible, especially for like criminal damage, like I mentioned. But if you're the only one that's going to do that strategy, obviously that's pretty much hands down going to be very easy to win. A lot of people I noticed don't really do that strategy in criminal damage. I feel where they go to the military base and destroy every aircraft, but if you do, then you're very bound, like I said, to win that one. So yeah, now to make sure I covered all the money opportunities. Alright, yes. Yes, there's no more money opportunities. But yeah, onto the daily objectives. So like I said at the way beginning, you have to do 10 daily objectives in order to win the GTA Money $1 million. So if you do 10 daily objectives, which is 3 to 4 days worth of daily objectives, at bare minimum it's going to take 4 days, I'm pretty sure, to do that, then you'll get yourself a good $1 million. Which if you're a Twitch Prime like myself, that's definitely very good for getting like a Tula, for example, which is still a Twitch Prime discount, by the way. But yeah, with daily objectives, they work quite differently from Red Dead Online, I would say. They're more similar than they were before as of the previous DLC with Red Dead Online. So yeah, I'll explain it. Pretty sure it's the top one over here that's the same for everybody, which for right now is complete a contact mission. Which for Saturday Pacific Standard Time, that's pretty much going to be the one. Once it hits 10 or 11 p.m. PST, or wherever that, or whenever that is in your time zone, the daily objectives are going to change, so make sure you do it before like 10 or 11 p.m. PST, or whatever that equates to in your time zone, before they change. But yeah, the one for everyone today seems to be complete a contact mission, and yeah, only the first one in this game is for everyone. The second and third ones, those vary from player to player, so you're very likely not to have the same ones as someone else for the second and third ones. Of course, I'm sure it's still possible, but it's not guaranteed like this first one here. But yes, of course, there's simple ones like source air freight cargo, so There's some that are gonna just have you like be involved with a business or something. And then collect an ammo drop, which is free like Merryweather. So all mine at least are very easy ones. I would say a lot of them in this game are very easy particularly. But yeah, do keep in mind not every single one like Red Dead Online is like for everyone. Your bottom two are gonna be more unique. But yeah, because of the contact mission one, there might be a rise in the amount of contact missions that people play, of course. So hopefully that will be a really easy one to do. If for some reason you get ones that you struggle with for the second and third ones. But yeah, it will take at least 4 days to get the 10, by the way. So do keep that in mind. So if I explained how they worked enough. And from here, it should only be the discounts I have to cover now.
Spending $200 on vintage footwear is
And also like some login reward stuff as well, actually. So for login rewards, there's the blue Jock Cranley jumpsuit, which I don't think I got a notification on, so it's probably one from the past.
How's it hanging?
Well, my best friend let me down. Totally put me in this deepish mood. Well, we're going shit. Oh, word?
Alright, yeah. So for a login reward, there's the blue Jock Cranley outfit, which I'm pretty sure was given away in the past. They're doing a lot of Independence Day related things right now for some reason. It might just be like one of the random things they do compared to things like recently. Like for example, recently, not long ago, they like released the payday plans again for whatever reason. So they kind of did some random stuff of like some of the Independence Day things going on right now. Like I think some of the Independence Day stuff, like the firework launcher, is back, for example. So yeah, for login reward, there's a blue Jock Cranley jumpsuit. I think it might be the only login reward. And for other small miscellaneous things, there's a free firework launcher and firework ammo. And you probably do have to go to ammunition for that one. So it's not like when they do like gifts around the Christmas time where they give the firework launcher and the rockets without having to go to the ammunition. So we will have to go to ammunition for that one. And also for some free Independence Day stuff, there's free Mobile Operations Center liveries. So basically the 4 Independence Day liveries for the MOC are on like 100% discount, of course. I mean, they're free. But yeah, that should conclude a lot of the small miscellaneous stuff right now. Also, a quick reminder that before May 31st, you will want to log into the game for a free $500,000. That goes until the end of May again, so there's this event week and then part of the next event week. I believe this is the last full event week to take advantage of the 500k just for logging into the game. And yeah, now it should just be discounts. So for property discounts, there's only one property that really has discounts, I'm pretty sure, and that's the hangar. So yeah, right now there's 50% off of hangars. And then that also includes modifications and add-ons. So basically every single hangar by themselves along with every single add-on, including the hangar workshop. Or it should include hangar workshop. So like I mentioned, this works really well, for example, for criminal damage that have a Fort Zancudo hangar. I don't think you need it, like I mentioned, because I'm pretty sure water levels are disabled during criminal damage. But still, it's a very good idea. It's been weak to get a hangar in the renovations, especially the hangar workshop, because that's the only way to customize certain aircrafts that actually have good customizations and not just respray, for example, like the especially overpriced laser, for example. But yeah, now it's on to discounts for vehicles. Alright, there's nothing on Arena War. Nothing for Benny's either. Alright, so Arena War, Benny's, and Elitist don't have discounts. First vehicle discount will be for Legendary. Also, by the way, this one's Torch Prime still. This is also from last week, so that's a continuation for last week's Torch Prime discounts. Trifade Frax. So for Trifade Frax, it's going to be 40% off. But yeah, with the introduction of the Frax, it wasn't necessarily in a very good position, especially later on where there was drip feed vehicles such as the Proton Emrys and the Benefactor Krieger. And even from the initial day one of the DLC, I believe the S80RR was vastly, like, above the Trifade Frax. So sadly, this one's not really good for competitivity, I'm pretty sure. At least for lap time. Not very positive on top speed, though. But I doubt it's very good for top speed either. So yeah, Trifade Frax. This one really just depends on your personal preference if you like the vehicle and whatnot. Not sure either if the customizations are very good. But yeah, I would kind of avoid this discount unless you just really like the vehicle, because there's a lot better options for the super class. For when it comes to actual like racing and competitivity. But yeah, for exact lap time and top speed and whatnot, I refer to roughly 1322. Also, Hijack Chameleon is not actually on discount. I was just glitched up at the moment. Yeah, that was it for Legendary. So that's the only new discount is the Frax on Legendary. But sadly, it's not a very good discount in my opinion. And I'm pretty sure it's a fact as well that's not really good in racing. But yeah, starting off with discounts here is the Scramjet for Warstock. So the Scramjet is also 40% off, just like the Frax. So if you have the trade price like me, instead of 3.4, almost 3.5 million, it will be in the low $2 million range. That's about 1.5 in savings, of course. That's very good. And yeah, this vehicle is obviously based on like the Speed Racer vehicle, like the main vehicle in that series or whatever. And then this vehicle has rocket boosts. The cool thing about this vehicle and its rocket boost is you can jump with the jump boost and use the boost. Whereas like the rocket Voltic and the Vigilante, for example, those can only like boost on the ground and to get any airtime at all, you have to boost yourself in such a way where you get into the air. This one you can actually jump with it because that was a jump boost. So it makes it very versatile. It's probably the most versatile like boosting vehicle in the game, I would say. So it's one of the best like boost vehicles in the game, of course, I would say. I mean, it's really good for getting to point A to point B, especially when you can use it in the air. However, to use it again, you're going to have to land on the ground. Do keep that in mind. And then this vehicle also has machine guns, which I'm pretty sure the machine guns are nothing special. They might not be some of the worst machine guns in the game, but they're just regular machine guns. They're not explosive or anything, so they're not really going to be all that viable. Unless for some reason you run out of your missiles and don't recall your vehicle for a while, then the machine guns are your go-to then, I would say. And then this thing has missiles as well. Very good missiles too. This van has 30 of the best missiles in the game, just like the Deluxo, for example. However, I would say it's less useful than the Deluxo, I would say, when it comes to the missiles. Deluxo, of course, that vehicle can hover. Like, yeah, it travels way slower in the air and whatnot. But yeah, this vehicle, I feel, is nowhere near as useful with the best tracking missiles in the game like the Deluxo is. I would say Deluxo is a lot better for making money for like contact missions and like VIP work and stuff like that. But still, it's very good at this vehicle as like the best tracking homing missiles. Makes it very useful if you want to make money, of course, since those missiles are almost sure shot, I would say. But yeah, aside from those couple things I mentioned, not really much of anything to mention about it. But it depends on what you're doing, if it's going to be good for making money or not. Because, yeah, it's not the best at staying in the air and whatnot, so some things it's just not going to be able to do for making money. As good as, like, a helicopter, for example, can do. But, yeah, very good discount, and like I said, for a Hunting Pack Remix, I believe you have to win a match of Hunting Pack Remix to get the trade price. So if you haven't done that, you should do that, and then you'll reduce your full price to the trade price. So that's kind of an incentive to play Hunting Pack Remix for triple money this week if you haven't already got that trade price already. TMO2 Kanjali. This vehicle is a 4-seater for a tank, which is really good. Has the front and passenger seats, obviously, and then there's the 2 in the back here, actually, which is really cool. And the cool thing about this vehicle is every single seat has a gun on it, which is really good. Don't feel there's a lot of vehicles that can be said that have a gun for every seat. But yeah, the driver of the tank, of course, controls like the cannon, of course, which at stock is like a regular cannon, and then you can upgrade it to a railgun cannon. Railgun cannon is not any more powerful than a stock cannon, though. Only reason you have the railgun cannon is for extra range, which I don't feel it really needs too much, to be honest. Though it kind of depends on if you're going against the aircraft or not. If you're going against the aircraft, honestly, the range can be pretty worth it. If you're going against something on foot, then I'm sure the stock cannon can do pretty fine still. And for the railgun cannon, you have to hold the button for more range. Or whatever before you, like, shoot the projectile, of course. But yeah, that's the difference between the regular and the railgun cannons. So if you don't care for extra range, you can easily just stick to the stock cannon. Passenger seat gets a machine gun on it. I don't think you have to buy that either. I think it comes stock on it, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it's definitely the second best weapon on it for sure. I believe it has full like 360 degree aim. I'm not entirely sure on that though. But if it is only for the front and like the sides, then it would still be a very viable weapon for sure. And then the back passenger seats, they get grenade launchers that you can add onto the side. So yeah, you can get the back passengers to have a grenade launcher. However, I believe the grenade launchers are limited on ammo and they're very limited with their angles. So those are like a last resort kind of weapon, I would say. Plus, unlike the other weapons, they have limited ammo from what I know. And yeah, by the way, you'll be saving a little over $1 million, and that's if you have the trade price. If you don't have the trade price, it's probably going to be more like mid to high 3 mil range. But yeah, for making money, this vehicle is really slow, of course, so it's going to be really limited for making money. I would say the best case scenario for the Team of Two Kanjali to make money would be in like VIP work. That would probably be the best way to make money for like Headhunter, for example. Besides for that, you're not really going to do much with the Team of Two Kanjali for making money. So I would say this is mainly a PvP kind of vehicle, I would say. And kind of PvE, depending on the situation as well. But because it's really bad at making money, it's very limited in PvE, I would say. And also, unlike the half-track, you cannot use it in Heist, so that further limits its abilities to do much of anything. Oh, and also this thing can have proximity mines as well for the driver's seat. Forgot to mention that as well with the half-track. But still, it doesn't change much with the half-track, as I mentioned. It's of course just another nice, like, fourth weapon option in addition to grenade launchers, machine gun, and a cannon. Also, this thing takes 8 explosives, I'm pretty sure, to destroy, and that's whether you're inside or outside the vehicle. So it has universal armor, so it doesn't really matter how it gets destroyed, it's going to have the same armor no matter what. Whether you're inside or not. The Akula. Also, the Team 2 Kanjali is 40% off, by the way. Buckingham Akula is half off, being 50% off, of course. So this vehicle, of course, is a stealth helicopter. I mean, right away you're going to know it's really good, the fact that it's a stealth helicopter. I mean, you can, with the press of a button, you can basically, of course, hide your product, depending on the business you're doing. So this can definitely be one of the most useful vehicles for special cargo. If you're sourcing MC product, which why would you? You should just buy product. Not really going to be helpful in import-export, sadly. Bunker if you're sourcing product, which once again, why would you when you can buy the product? This is especially very useful for the hangar business, I would say. That's definitely the most useful purpose of the Akula is for the hangar business. You can do a lot of the hangar sourcing for sure, just purely in the Akula, since the air freight source missions, of course, have the cool dynamic of being able to destroy vehicles to get the product in whatever air vehicle you want, instead of having to take like a slow mule truck, for example. Unlike special cargo, where you have to take the actual vehicle that has the product. So especially for air freight, it's very good, and also depends on the situation for special cargo. So for those two particular businesses, it's very good, especially air freight cargo. But aside from that, it's still very good for making money. It can easily do like Sightseer and like Headhunter for a couple VIP works, for example. It gets you from point A to point B very fast, of course, since it's a helicopter. So pretty much anything for making money is at least decent, I would say. Obviously, you can't use this thing in heists, but yeah, it's still very useful regardless. only ever vehicle, by the way, with stealth capabilities, I'm pretty sure, is the ultralight, and that one you have to go a certain speed. So this definitely for sure outclasses the ultralight for stealth capabilities. Very good investment for the scramjet and the Kula. TMO2 Kanjali is okay, but it's not really useful. The Volatile. Volatile, sadly there's not really much good to say about this vehicle. Unlike the Bombushka, the guns on this cannot become explosive. The two or like 3 guns on it. Other players have to control those guns. And yeah, unlike the Bombushka, they're not explosive guns and can't be upgraded to explosive guns. So they're always going to be like machine guns. So that makes it very limited for how good those guns can be. The one good thing about this vehicle though is it has 100 bombs instead of 50 bombs. So you get double the amount of bombs on this vehicle over other aircrafts, of course. So that's the best thing about this vehicle, believe it or not. Besides for that, it's a really big and slow kind of plane. Probably not as slow as the Bombushka, but still a very huge target, so you're not getting much more out of it. And it has like no explosive resistance, just like the Bombushka as well. So it really lacks in that department as well. So basically it's a less useful version of the Bombushka, I would honestly say. And there's a really big problem with this vehicle as well, believe it or not. It's had this problem since day 1 of the vehicle being released, back during the Doomsday Heist. And that's where, if someone locks onto you with their vehicles and they shoot missiles, you won't get that beeping sound to indicate that you have a missile being fired at you or anything. Or even if you're just simply being locked on, you're not going to get that indication sound that you're being locked on. So, in that regard, it's a really horrible vehicle since it can't simply even tell you that there's a missile being fired at you with just like every other fucking aircraft. I don't know why this one's bugged out like that, but it is, for whatever reason, ever since it first released and they never bothered to fix it. So, I would highly avoid the Volatile way more than even a Kanjali. But yeah, it's basically just a way less useful version of the Bombushka, I would say. And even the Bombushka is way less useful than it used to be. But I still stand with my point. And yeah, the Tula, that's still going on for Twitch Prime discount, but I went details of that in the Furio last event week. So if you want details on those, or for the last event week stream, or GTA Online. Also, if I didn't mention the Volatiles, half off or 50% off. Insurgent pickup, by the way, is not actually on discount, it's just glitched up at the moment. Next discount on the list, though, is... Yeah, next discount on the list, though, is the Ram Buggy. So the Ram Buggy. I would say this is a pretty okay vehicle. It's not going to be a game-changing vehicle at all, I would say. But still. Just buying this will unlock you a new VIP work called Ramped Up, which you're supposed to ramp motorcycles up onto buildings to collect packages, but you don't really need to do that anymore with there being the Oppressor or the Oppressor Mark II. Yeah, the Oppressor Mark II, and the Apocalypse, and even in certain circumstances, the Apocalypse Deck Bike, those make the ramped up VIP work go so fast. And they make it where you don't even have to ramp motorcycles up with the ramp buggy. So yeah, its VIP work is really good simply because you can really cheese it and get it done really fast, making its VIP work able to make you some really good money, actually. That's something really good about the ramp buggy. In fact, I would say that's the best thing is its VIP works unlocks. You don't have to use the ramp buggy. Someone just has to sit in it, of course, and someone can just fly their Mark II or Mark I oppressors, especially around the map to collect packages, or even, like I mentioned, the Apocalypse Death Bike in certain circumstances. And yeah, with doing that, you don't have to use the ramp buggy, making it really easy to make money on its VIP work without even having to actually use the vehicle itself. And then aside from that, as of the Arena War DLC, it was changed where the ramp buggy can ram into an infinite amount of vehicles in free mode. As of the Arena War DLC, because that one introduced other vehicles that were able to infinitely ram, so they hella buffed the ramp buggy in the Arena Wars DLC and onwards. Similar to the Phantom Wedge, that one used to only be able to ramp like 30 vehicles, but now it can ramp an infinite amount of vehicles, and that also includes the one in the gun running stall missions, by the way, for those who wonder. But yeah. This became a lot more useful for sure in the last couple of DLCs. With that change, I would say, being able to ram into an infinite amount of vehicles, even in free mode, not just in like the VIP work and like the whatever else that special vehicle mission, basically, whatever the fuck it was. But yeah, the vehicle itself isn't really going to make you that much money, but its VIP work unlocks can get you quite the good money, especially for double money on VIP work. Because like I mentioned, you can hella cheese the VIP work with a Oppressor Mark II, or even in certain circumstances, Apocalypse Death Bike, or actually any version of the Death Bike, I mean. So this one's quite a good investment just for the sakes of unlocking the VIP work. So this one's good and this one's not. Well, this one's decent. This one's good. This one's decent. This one's great. This one I wouldn't recommend at all. And then this one's pretty good as well because of the VIP work. Also, ramp buggy's 50% off if I haven't mentioned. Buzzard Attack Chopper, by the way, is not on discount. It's just glitched up at the moment. There is something on Doctees, by the way. So yeah, there's 2 more discounts left to go over, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, yachts have a discount right now. All yachts right now are 40% off, and that's not including... But yeah, yachts are 40% off, and it's not including any renovations. You're only getting the base yacht on discount, not renovations. And that's it for that website. Last discount lies on Severn San Andreas Super Autos, I'm very positive. And that is the Mammoth Patriot Stretch. And that discount is 50% off. But really, this is just a vehicle you're going to want if you personally really like it. Of course, it's mainly personal preference kind of vehicle. There's no way, I'm pretty sure, that this is a very good vehicle in its class. I would imagine it would have to be in the SUVs class, and the Tauros is, like, much better than the other SUVs in the game. Simply because it's like a Lamborghini SUV, of course. And I would imagine it's worse than the regular Patriot just because of how long it is. And I wouldn't imagine that the Patriot's very good in the SUV class. And SUV races, I'm sure, aren't the most common, of course. So yeah, really you're only going to want this for personal preference. What's a really cool vehicle to have? If it could have, like, bullet-resistant windows, then maybe it could be worth it, which I'm pretty sure it doesn't have. But yeah, it's basically a big vehicle just to show off, pretty much, I would say. So yeah, not necessarily a very worthy discount for sure. But it's not very expensive even normally, so you know, a discount of course is nice. But yeah, that's finally going to be it for the stream. I covered every single discount and whatnot, my opinions on them, if I think they're good and whatnot. I tried covering the vehicle in every single aspect, so hopefully I mentioned all the important stuff for the certain vehicles, especially the weaponized ones that I was talking about. I think I did a pretty good job on that, but yeah. That's finally going to be it for the stream. Next stream might be the Red Dead Online Event Week stream, unless I do one of my miscellaneous streams. Because yeah, I don't know when I'm finally going to do another video or like a different kind of stream, not just an Event Week stream like I have for streams like non-stop. But yeah, that's finally going to be it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed.